Hello, welcome to my channel, Conscious Growing. I'm Matthias. So, today I want to talk about distractions. So, how do we react when we have intense symptoms or uncomfortable feelings, anxiety? How do we react when this arises? And there's so much value in taking some time to stop and have a closer look to that. And I want to explain what I mean, or at least what I observed within myself. And as I mentioned earlier in some of the other videos, that destruction is quite common and quite human. But I think in the moment you feel uncomfortable sensations in your body, or pain is rising up, or anxiety is arising, or most often it's a combination. And this is habitual. What I mean, some of you might have recognized that this is a very similar loop, and you feel like, oh, I'm in this same loop again, this uncomfortable fear, these sensations. I want to escape. What can I do? What kind of technique? Is there someone out there who could help me? Checking out Google. We all know this. And what if you see this upcoming anxiety and upcoming symptoms as a great opportunity to discover something, about yourself? Because I think you are the one who's listening now, you are very aware of these patterns, of these uncomfortable feelings, and of course you don't want them. But with this closer look, there's a great opportunity waiting, and I want to explain what I mean. So I think one of the tendencies in modern life is that when it becomes uncomfortable, there's nothing easier to grab the smartphone and scroll the smartphone and checking out social media, and then really easy we are hanging in there, and for a while it seems that this is kind of helping us. But do you make the experience? And please comment below if you experience this. After a while you feel even worse and even more sick and uncomfortable. And this is the nature of it. And I think it's really important to see a difference between I distract myself, I move away from the uncomfortable feelings, from the uncomfortable sensations, or let's say I watch a movie and I'm aware that the symptoms are there. I let them be there while watching the movie, and maybe this is an act of self-care, or you look a funny movie and the sensations are there, but you are able to watch this movie, or you have a walk outside and you feel the sensations, but you're not running away from them. And this is a huge difference. And whenever you feel like you want to escape with the outer actions, whatever that is, I gave the example of the smartphone, but it can be many different more things. And from my observation, it was really helpful in the last couple of weeks to stop exactly when I started to feel uncomfortable. And here I want to give a little hint. Usually when this comes, we have a label in us, and the label is, oh my goodness, the symptoms are back. It gets worse, I never get out of it. And then this whole machinery of thoughts starts to run. But what if you establish a new mindset, a new way of thinking about it? What if you just turn it around and just say, it's okay that it comes. I can learn something out of it. Why? Maybe if you don't see the full picture in the beginning, it's definitely about resistance, right? Because if you can't stay in the moment, if you have to distract yourself, if you run away from it, it means that you're not able to be with it. So it's an enemy you're frightened of. And when you're frightened and see it as an enemy, your whole behavior won't change because you see it as an enemy. But if you get a little bit suspicious on this point and you turn it around and you say, oh, I'm curious, and I'm just checking what's happening. And even more, I'm sending some informations to my body saying I'm open for this sensation, and I allow them to be there. And then you're just the observer, things happening. That was more concrete in yesterday's video, but here I want to have a different view on it, and this view are the thoughts. So the question is, okay, there's this one tendency of distraction going away, but now if you're stopping, you could use this stopping to observe your thoughts. What kind of thoughts do I have? And here there is some honesty necessary. So if you can't be honest with yourself, how could you be in contact with other people in an authentic way? And I think this is a great opportunity you have when you have chronic symptoms. You have the opportunity, we have the opportunity to learn something about us, about our patterns, about our thought patterns. And it might be uncomfortable in the beginning. But what if you just give space to your symptoms and also space to your thoughts? It's like observe them, look what is chattering up there. And then you will be confronted with thoughts you don't want to hear. Yeah. But please understand and see that this is just old fragments, just old thoughts that has nothing to do with a particular moment. It's just garbage that comes up. And sometimes it can be sentences from the past, just one sentence from the past. It can be rumination around the current symptoms, but these old thought patterns, they have ruled us our entire life, and we haven't noticed it. And now we have the opportunity to notice them, and when they come up and you just can see them and become the master of your own mind, so to speak. How to become the master of your own mind is to just let them be there and don't identify. And then even more to see, wow, this is really distractive. And maybe I was led my whole life acting, and they were part of it, part of my decisions, part of my patterns between with friends and in relationships, and it was always there, but I never saw it. I never realized it, and now I'm aware of it. And now I'm also aware that these very thoughts create all my anxieties and fears. But I just let them come and don't judge them. But here I get an idea or clue, why do I have the symptoms? Because when I think like this, when this was operating in me, these fears, these thoughts, then it's no wonder that I got sick and that I created symptoms. So coming back to what I said a moment ago, to see that these symptoms are good. They want to show us something. And maybe there is not the answer in the very beginning, but you get an idea somehow, okay, this is related to my thinking, and that's why I created symptoms. And again, we don't want to forget that this always is to protect us. This happens to protect us. But this protection isn't needed anymore. But how to break this cycle? Because if you don't, or if we don't identify our own thought patterns, how can we expect a change in us? So to identify this thought patterns is the first step somehow. Oh yeah, this is going on, wow, wow, wow. And again, the symptoms are good. They help you to understand something. And you see where this leads. You get an idea already, because if you say the symptoms are good more often, every day you build up a new relationship with these fears and symptoms, then something can calm down, something can melt down. And again, this is not happening from one day to the other. One of the problems is, as soon as you start such inquiry, the nature of it, the nature of the ego, so to speak, is getting louder, and symptoms might get worse in the beginning, or fear might rise up. But this is, why is this happening? It's happening because, sorry, these energies usually were able to lead you under the surface. And now it comes up, they come up. But their nature is to protect you. They still want to protect you. But the thing is, you don't want and you don't need to protect it anymore. That's why you have to shift your attention away from it. So, first of all, yes, you see it. First of all, you recognize them. You allow them to be there. You are curious to discover, wow, yeah, this can turn at a certain point from I'm the victim, all my symptoms are so strong, I never get out of it, from no, I'm the observer, I'm the master. I identify these little gremlins inside and see that they don't have any value, no meaning. But we gave meaning the whole life, our whole life. So that's why we can't expect that this shift happens from one day to the other. But with kind of clarity and certainty and a continuous inner work to see, nah, this is not what I believe anymore. And then with time, these energies can fade. I'm sure about it, and I feel it. But you have to do this job somehow, because when I come back to the beginning, the destruction itself, we easily do it. We easily are hanging in our own behaviors and worries and so on. So therefore, to let's say, and it just comes spontaneously to my mind, it's like, imagine there is a train, and you were on this train for quite a while, a journey, and then you come to a train station, and this old train comes in and then it comes to the train station, and then you take this new train. What is this new train? The new train is to change your thought patterns. And how can you do it? In the beginning, it can be quite easy, because let's say you have a destructive thought like, this will never end, I will never get rid of the symptoms. So when you pick up this thought, you can immediately exchange it with, I will get better. Yeah, this is an opportunity, and maybe it's just a small thing in the very beginning, but energetically it makes a huge difference. And with time, you identify these negative thoughts more, and you are able to exchange them with new patterns and new thoughts. And then it's pretty clear that the thoughts can be an engine, can be the fuel, but then of course some little actions should follow. And forget about the huge steps. Yeah, because sometimes when you hear these possibilities, and then you get some encouragement back, and you're a little bit more brave again to face the current situation. And I had the tendency, and I still have it, is I want to turn it all in one day or in 2 days. And that never works. That doesn't work. But celebrate these small shifts. Let's say yesterday you weren't able to get up, and most of the time you spend in your bed and ruminating of what could go wrong in your life. And then the next day, maybe you got up in the morning and say, no, I will not allow myself to hang in there, and I will not allow myself to end up in despair, so I do little actions. And then maybe you cook a meal for yourself with love and compassion, and you eat it. And this is a nourishment, and this is self-care. And with this kind of attitude, slowly, slowly, we can steer ourselves in a new direction. And if we're making these little steps each and every day, and also accepting some colorful days where we need to nurture ourselves more, maybe, or not only maybe, for sure, but inwardly we stay on track. We know what it's all about. And what it's all about? It's about that you are a wonderful person, and that you deserve love, and that you deserve the best version of yourself. And you are the creator of the best version of yourself. So first of all, identifying the negative thought patterns, give yourself a new direction, and then let actions follow. And I think it's really important to put an aim. What is your aim? What is your greater goal? Where do you want to go? You go through all this for a good reason. You don't go through this for months and years for nothing. You go through this for a good reason. Find the reason. Find out why you go through this. Ask yourself, what am I learning from this? Stop escaping from yourself. And with time and courage and clarity of what you really want, and it doesn't need to be the big things. Yeah, maybe you want this Lamborghini and you want a house and your boat and all these material things. Okay, it's okay if this is your aim. And you can wish for it, of course. But really, I think it's good to ask, what is my deepest wish? Why am I going through all this? And then you can start to look further and manifest how this should look like. So manifest the person you want to be. Lie there still with you and imagine it with all its colors, and make it true step by step. Because I deeply believe when you have this spark in you, when you have this idea in you, when you have this higher aim in you, whatever that is, it might be just, I want to get healthy. This is my first aim. I want a peaceful heart. I want to be in peace with myself. I think if this is the aim, and then if you follow this aim, all the rest will unfold. Because when we come back to quiet, you see more clearly what's made for you. As long as we are in this hyper alert state, the vision can't be clear. So it's on us to clear the vision, let little actions follow, and then with time we will see the real reason why we are here. I deeply believe this. And I want to encourage you, don't give up in no moment, however dark it looks like. You have yourself always. And this thing nobody else can do for us. This job nobody can do for us. The only thing that's asked is you have to be there. You have to stand for yourself. And you have to, yes, in the darkest hours, you have yourself. You have your arms to give you a hug. You have your hands to put them on your heart. And if this scared child, this scared brain, this scared unconscious, subconscious mind is still operating very loud, you have the opportunity to soothe it and to nurture it and give hope. And then another day will come and you will have more capacities again and you will do other things. But I think it's really important then also to have an aim, what keeps you going each and every day. And this is the main thing for you, your main focus. All your actions, all your thoughts are just operating for this aim, whatever that is for you. And you see, this is, if you come in this new flow, you slowly move away from distraction. And then with time, you will learn and appreciate to distract yourself less. You will enjoy this new quality in you, with you. It will get easier. There is also joy in it, because you find back to yourself. You are not guided by ghosts, old ghosts anymore. You build up your presence and you build up your future. And the answer is just lying in this particular moment, nowhere else. And you are the master of it, and you create it with time and patience and care. So that's it for today. I hope you can get something out of it. It's a beautiful journey, sometimes hard, sometimes seemingly unbearable, but I deeply believe that it all makes sense. And always remember, we are all in the same boat. It's not just you having pains, chronic pains. It's your neighbor as well. We are all looking for this peaceful mind and peaceful heart. And we are the creators. And if someone still functions, it doesn't mean that he is not attached and is not, doesn't have to deal with same or similar things. Okay. Leave a comment below and thumbs up, and love to hear from you, and hope you're well today. Bye for now.